CRiiiME is a show where I, Rich Slaton, read a true story about lawbreakers.
And I, the California wildfire.
This is already uncomfortable.
John Shefsky.
How is this
That's what
sexual?
I'm known as, the California wildfire.
The California wildfire?
That's what my wife
you know
calls
what?
me.
If you were a fighter, I would actually support that as your nickname.
Right? I'm the California wildfire.
And fighting out of the blue corner, weighing in at probably 126 pounds or something really
more
tiny.
like 160, bro.
Weighing in at what he calls skinny fat.
Yeah, it is
John,
skinny fat.
the California wildfire, Shefsky.
And I bring bags of ashes with me. So
and when you walk out to the ring, we play the music.
Oh, yeah.
CRiiiME is the show that starts now.
Like right now?
Oh, yeah, do your line.
Okay. Each week, Rich reads a real crime story. I don't know a word that rhymes with story.
And my homie John always has the hot riff. He really loves it when you send...
Don't send anything
them
to me.
him.
Don't you dare.
CRiiiMEpodcast@gmail.com.
Don't you send
Label
anything.
it John Shefsky. He loves them. Make sure the lighting's really good.
What's up, criminals?
Hi, criminals. Shalom.
We are recording from Casa de Slaton out in beautiful Barrio Van Nuys, the gang territory that I wonderfully live in.
Where yuppies live down the street from meth heads. The
That's
Valley.
what we do.
That's right. There's a good falafel out here. There's also a good amount of rub and tugs.
And if you live in a place that's tagged up a whole bunch, you might need removing spray paint insurance from our good buddy C3 Risk and Insurance Services. My friend Joe Erle's an
Also my
insurance
friend.
broker, a guy that Shefsky knows.
He loves me.
He's an insurance broker. He'll go find you insurance for whatever you need for
Auto.
spray paint, auto,
Health?
home.
Does he do health
I
insurance?
don't know if he does health. I don't think
That's
he
like
does
the
health
most
insurance.
important one.
Doesn't do health
He doesn't
insurance.
do
I
health
don't think.
insurance. You don't
Maybe
need
he
to
does.
be. You don't need to be healthy. Your
Maybe
car
he
needs to
does.
be healthy.
But you know what? Actually, he probably does do. If people did vandalize your house with spray paint, that would be covered under a homeowner's insurance plan or a renter's plan, depending on what he gets. Whatever it is.
It's a healthy situation, regardless.
Go through to c3insurance.com/Joe or call him up 619-233-8000.
Tell him Shefsky sent you. He loves me.
And if you get a policy, he'll give you one of those $25 gift cards to Amazon.com, which you can use to buy spray paint and tag up your own block, son. That's what's up.
Yeah, or a bucket of water. You can use it to buy a fire extinguisher and help out in the California with the rest of the firefighters. Thank you, guys.
Speaking of spray paint or paint in general, we also have another good friend of ours, Ketelson from A Piece That Remains.
Well, let me tell you something that happens. Every now and then a loved one dies and you want to remember them for all of time. Get a piece of art made with their ashes. You'll have it on your wall for all your bashes. When your friends come over, they'll be, where's your grandpa? You'll say, he's on the wall. He's an abstract painting from D and Piece That Remains.
Turn it 80s.
Yeah.
Go hit up a Ketelson, a piece that remains.com, a PEACE that remains. She will, of course, make beautiful art from your loved ones. She'll also just make you beautiful art in general.
Yeah,
And
you don't have to put dead people in your paintings from D. She'll
look,
paint your guitar
take that stupid
just to
Tupac
celebrate.
or Bob Marley or Jordan poster off your wall.
Mm-hmm.
You're not in college anymore. D. Ketelson has actually very affordable prices for beautiful art that people walk in and go, oh my God, you're an adult. And then they'll like being at your house more than if you still have a blacklight poster in 2018.
It's so great. She'll paint anything. You could take out one of those Lime scooters or the Bird scooters from LA. Just take it off the street. No one will even know. And just take it to D. She will splatter paint on it. She'll Jackson Pollock that motherfucker
That's
up.
what she'll do, son.
Oh my God. Get someone's stuffed animal painted for their bar mitzvah. She is
Support
the
the
best.
show by supporting our sponsors or support us directly by going to Patreon. Patreon.com/CRiiiME. It might be POD at the end. I don't remember. Check out both of them. Whatever. It's in our show notes and stuff like that.
Yeah, just go to Patreon and just knock on the door and be like, where's Crime's
Where
money bucket?
is it?
Here's
Yeah.
the money.
And you can get our bonus episodes.
Oh, they're
You can get
good.
our boner episodes.
Those are really good. They're
you can
hard.
also you can
They're
get
hard
our
as
sticker
fuck.
of the month club.
Oh, those are really
we
good. That's
have
for the
some-
graphic design sweatshop that I work in. It's just beautiful, folks.
The 3x3 inches of stuff he does every month.
It's amazing.
It's really, really difficult for him to do emotionally.
I'll take that as a compliment.
So jump on there and help us out. And that would be really, really cool. And you get a sticker, and you can stick it on things legally or illegally, whichever one you prefer.
And Sam, we're sending you extra stickers so that you can stop hoarding the stickers we send you now for your scrapbook and actually put them up and enjoy them, and then you'll still have saving stickers.
And don't worry, Dick Pic Champion, your stickers are coming soon as well.
Yeah, they're coming through, boy.
Enough of all of this, guys. We have a show to do, and today making is it the third appearance on the show?
She a regular.
It is.
That's what's up.
That's her book title. She a regular.
One of your favorites, one of our favorites. Please put your virtual hands together for Candice Thompson!
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Thanks for having me back.
Well, thank you for coming all the way out to the valley, which you had to brave. There were in and outs you had to drive by.
This is the third time I've been in the valley in the past 5 days.
Oh, you should get your lungs checked for pollutants.
You should
I'm not happy about it.
you should get your car checked for an oil change. You've been out here. It's such a far drive.
It is. I mean, it is, but it isn't.
It's hot and nasty out here. Let's all admit it.
I will admit, I'll be the first one to admit it. That's why I live over the hill.
But when you're in Slaton's house, though, doesn't it feel great?
No, Slaton, you have an amazing house.
Oh, well, thank you very
I was
much.
just telling him I need to start hanging around more adults.
Right? Yeah. Oh my God. We're grown up. We're grown up.
Some of us are, but mentally, I don't think a lot of people. We're comics.
As she stares me in the eyes, listeners.
Some
as she
of us.
stares me in the eyes.
No, you guys are
Donald.
full. You guys have kids.
Thank you.
Boone Nichols.
Boone Nichols.
Donald Boone Nichols.
Did you name your dog after
You
this
did
character?
name your dog.
No, I named my dog after Daniel Boone the Explorer. Not Boone Shakalaka, the guy who sells us T-shirts at the Comedy Store. Not Donald Boone Nichols, today's subject.
Okay.
After Daniel Boone the Explorer.
I like it. So can we call this guy Boone the whole time?
No, because I wrote Don the whole time.
God, you really have no zesty soul flavor. You're like a drum
'cause
machine.
Here's the thing: is like I would have to change Don like 5,000 times into Boone. In
How
my
about
head.
this? When you say
Fine.
Don, I'll say Boone. You
I'll
say
s-
Don.
I'll say
I
lemon.
Boone. Don. Boone. Don.
Lemon.
Boone.
Donald Boone Nichols was born in 1931 in Sterling, Montana. His father, Pat, moved his family to Big Sky Country to chase his dream of striking it rich in the gold mines. Pat was a friendly, generous guy who loved to hunt and fish when he wasn't drinking at the saloon.
Was Pat transgender and no one could ever tell? Like, hey, is
It's
Pat a guy? Or, yeah.
Was Pat transgender when it was still funny?
Yeah.
Yeah, back then.
We can't laugh
Before
anymore.
it wasn't funny anymore.
Now, if you laugh, the judge,
You're
the judges
a terrible
panel,
person.
just a transgender like judges panel, like death, death, death for him.
Wait, Pat Boone. Wasn't there a...
An old country song about
There's
it?
a lot of Boones.
But Boone is not the last
He's
name.
Pat
It's
No,
the
no,
middle
no.
name.
Boone
Right, right,
Nichols
right.
is the last name.
He's
Okay.
Pat Boone. He'll be seeing his end time soon. Pat
Don
Boone.
was a quiet kid who preferred solitude, spending his free time hiking, hunting, and drawing.
So far, this guy
Well,
is
hello,
me.
my name
Yeah.
is Simon,
and I like to do my drawings. Cheeky daddy. Don't you remember? Didn't you watch SNL before that was illegal? Hmm? Remember?
Most of all, Don loved the hours he spent outdoors with Dad, trekking through dense woods of the Bear Trap Mountains, learning to live off the land.
This is the part of the story where you're like, well, this guy's going to grow up to be a healthy American individual. And
He sounds wholesome
right?
to me.
He likes hiking. He hangs out with his parents. He enjoys liberty.
Murdering animals. He sounds...
Well, that's part of survival,
Great.
Candice. Candice, you were just
Yeah,
on
if you
Rogan, the king of animal murderers, and you're just backstabbing. And what if he's listening right now? His head's going to pop.
When Don was 6 years old,
Oh, she doesn't like hunting? Well,
Dad drove home from a Saturday night party in nearby Ennis, quote, drunk as a lord, slamming his Model T into a deep
Drunk
ravine.
as a lord.
it's like an
Yeah.
old English term, right?
Yeah.
Because like if you were a serf, you couldn't afford to get drunk like that. You were too busy.
Oh.
Let me please cut this turkey
I
up.
was
Don't
thinking
kill
our
me.
Lord and Savior.
Oh, Lord Jesus?
That's the Lord.
Well, he did turn water into wine.
He did. He was drunk.
He was lit.
He was a drunk.
Those stories are fake. Go on with your
So,
story,
Dad
which hopefully
died.
isn't fake. Oh, he died?
Yeah. Dad died when he crashed his car when he was driving drunk.
Oh my God! So he was going to be all right because he was growing up in a healthy way, and now his dad died. He's going to end up in an orphanage.
I mean, we don't know he was going to be all right.
Okay.
But
Wait, they
was
had cars during
I
this
did.
time?
I knew.
in
he was-
1931.
What year is this? Oh, 1931.
He was born in 31, so but he's 6, so this is 1937.
Candice didn't go to college for dates. Okay, she doesn't know history.
I forgot what year he said it was. So all I'm picturing is like people going hunting. They're not going, I just figure they're like on the land.
They don't have
just-
cars?
They're walking everywhere. You mean they could have driven to a grocery store and they still out here killing these animals?
If you want
Huh?
healthy game, though, Candice, you gotta. It's actually more. It's nicer to kill an animal that's out when you're out hunting than it is to have it
No,
in the
I know.
slaughterhouse.
That's why Bass Pro Shop sells hiking boots, because no one has cars.
They also have shrimp cocktails.
Even before
Sounds
Dad
delicious.
passed away, the Nichols family was poor. Despite winter temperatures in the mid-teens, Don never had a good coat or snow boots.
What? Okay,
Yeah.
that's like one thing that you're like, get the kid a jacket, even if you're poor. You go to the thrift store. 1930s, they had thrift stores.
The 1930s.
Kill a bear and then
There we
Just
go.
wear the bear,
Wear
right?
the rug.
I'll eat the meat.
yeah,
And then wear
rock,
the rug.
No.
and rock his skin.
Eat the skin, wear the meat.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Lady Gaga, you're not going to do too well in Montana. There's a couple bugs eating your jacket, and it stinks.
Couple.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, but it's
there's
only
a-
a pair.
A shark just jumps out of the water.
Yeah, it's excellent.
I didn't know sharks were this far inland.
Well, they didn't know that there was such tasty
they didn't know
jackets.
that was
They'll jump far for a good jacket.
Meat suits.
That's the thing about sea life. They will jump far for tasty
They can
clothing.
smell it.
That's right.
You know, you say you shouldn't try to make more out of it, but then you start talking about start having Shark Week, and sharks pop up
They
everywhere.
pop up. I once had a clam all over me because of a pair of shoes that I was wearing. Go on with your story.
Without Dad, things only got worse. His mother, Maggie, struggled to get by, scraping together what money she could by cleaning houses and doing odd jobs.
This really is a Merle Haggard song. Mama tried to get those odd jobs, so I didn't get my jacket because we were broke in the hills of Tanner.
But luckily, Don's mother married another miner,
Oh,
Steve
hell yeah.
Engelman.
Whore.
Yeah, where's that helmet when he goes down? He's like, you want some cunnilingus? She goes, yep. He goes, let me put my light on.
Let me put on my meat suit.
My meat suit?
My meat jacket.
Fuck, that's gross. My meat
Hey, honey, when's the
jacket?
last time you showered? Because this canary's dead.
Y'all got a canary in your pussy and it's dead. Might want to get that shit checked, bitch. That was our resident black comic. He just chimes in every now and then.
That was Peanut? All right. High and inside.
Is Peanut still alive?
She and
So
Steve...
esoteric.
She and Steve got saved at a tent revival and started having weekly prayer meetings at their new home.
Oh, so they got into religion?
That's what it sounds like. Or a cult.
God.
Tent revival.
Here it goes. Your kid's going to go crazy. Oh, we know this. This happens in every story. The parents got really religious. Well, the kids are going to go crazy.
Yeah.
Steve was a disciplinarian who did not like to hunt and fish and believed that any spare time should be spent in
Reading
church.
the Bible. Oh, okay. In church?
Which is kind of the same thing, singing the Bible.
That's the stepfather?
Yeah, this is the stepdad.
Steve, the stepfather. Just remember,
Stepdad's hunting. You should be hunting the Lord.
his action figure character is called
Like
Stepdad
emotionally.
Steve.
Stepdad
Steve.
Stepdad Steve.
With kung fu grip so he can grab the Bible. Now, or your kid's throat.
Don did not like the new rules. He was a quiet kid, a lone hiker and a hunter, and smart enough to graduate at the head of Harrison High School. Which, to be fair, is less impressive when you learn that most graduating classes were in the single digits.
It's all right.
Given his dislike of rules and authority, I've actually been to Harrison High School, oddly enough.
Did you
it's still
graduate with
there?
honors?
This whole story takes place where my family lives in Montana.
Oh, cool.
I actually know
Are you
some.
serious?
I know some of the people in this story.
No,
so
you
that's
don't.
kind of weird.
Are you serious?
Yeah, yeah.
Is your mommy and daddy going to enjoy this episode especially?
I hope so.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Hello.
I think they're in this episode.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's his dad's name. Don't you know my dad's name is Don? I never met. Okay, go on. I'm gonna riff uncontrollably now. Just go on. Go on.
Given his dislike of rules and authority, Don did the only thing that made sense and joined the U.S. Navy.
Duh.
As a seaman, he served in Guam.
Seaman.
Yep, that happens.
As a seaman, I did a lot of things like shot out of my dad's cock, like a human T-shirt cannon. That's what we did as a seaman. All of us. We all have that bond. Man, woman, whatever you are, whatever race you are, we all shot out of our dad like a human T-shirt cannon into our mom. It's like he got the assist. I'll tell you that much.
He served in Guam before his Section 8 discharge for mental instability.
Ooh, it's starting now. It's starting, folks. Mental instability.
He met his wife, Verdina, in West Virginia.
Hi, I'm
Isn't that a
Verdina
candle?
from Virginia.
Oh, no, that's lemon verbena.
Did he?
Right?
Hi, I'm Verdina from Virginia. I sell candles made out of
Made out of my skin.
out of my skin. Skin candles.
It's the extra skin.
Scandals.
You take that loofah, you just throw it out. Me, I see opportunity.
I got a lot of extra skin. One time a dolphin jumped out about 2,300 miles away. A dolphin jumped out of the sea to come and bite my skin because he smelled it. But it was the candle, you see, made out of baby fat. It's
Why
my baby
did
fat.
the dolphin become a predator all of a sudden?
Dolphins eat
Dolphins
meat.
are predators.
Yeah, dude.
Are they?
Yeah, dude.
What do you think? Do you think they eat seaweed? Is that what you thought?
You ever
about
I
dolphins?
just picture. Well, I picture them eating not
Fish?
little fish
That are-
not
yeah,
That's
like.
still a predator, Candace.
Yeah.
I guess so. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, like a spider's a predator. You know what I'm saying?
We're
It's
all
just that-
predators.
I mean,
We are all predators. That'd be a cool shirt with
We
the
are all
predator underneath
predators,
it,
I
like a
guess.
picture of the predator. That
Yeah,
said,
we
are all
are.
predators.
We are all predators.
We are all predators.
United we stand. We are all predators.
That's right. We are all predators. Instead of Black Lives Matters, everyone joins We Are All Predators, and everyone's like, "What does that mean?" It's like we don't even know yet, but we're predators.
But we're one now.
I'll tell you that much.
Everything's fine.
And we're selling out the stadium in Nashville. Everyone's going to the hockey game.
We're the same.
It's huge.
They had 2 children, Danny in 1966, followed by a daughter named Barb. Don loved Danny with the same intensity he had for the Montana mountains. Barb,
He would walk on
That's
him
a
and go
weird-
hunting on
weird
him.
comparison.
He'd have quiet days standing on top of his son, drawing pictures.
Sometimes he would meditate on his son's head.
he would hunt lice in his hair.
Ew, gross. Jesus, Slaton, why'd you have to go lice on us?
He kind of didn't really care about Barb, though.
Oh, okay, really? Well, why'd you name a chick Barb? Like, what do you want her to do?
I mean, I'm sure her name was Barbara, but
oh,
He'd call her Babs.
Babs.
Babs is kind of fun.
I like Babs.
Yeah, Babs.
Babs is fun, but Babs only works if you're under 5 or over,
Over
65.
50,
Yeah,
yeah.
right? Yeah, Babs
Tell
either
that
has
to
to
a
have like
30-year-old
big...
Yeah, there's
Babs
no
that I know.
28
I know-
Babs.
I know a Babs, and we
Yeah.
probably all follow her on Twitter. She's a comic.
Really? Oh, Babs Gray.
She's gonna be bummed.
Well, sorry,
You're too young
out.
for that name, and too old for it. Figure out a way.
Make it work.
But Don wasn't happy with civilized life.
But Don,
He tried farming, but West Virginia is coal country and the mining business was rapidly changing. The traditional method of sending a man to dig a hole and risk his life underground
I just did that the other day.
you can reach Candice for dating by DMing her on the. No,
Don't do that.
send a man for. Okay, these are just dirty.
You need a helmet with a light on
And
it.
your light on
And
it.
a canary.
And don't worry, that canary is alive and well, folks.
She has health insurance.
That's right. Yeah, health insurance. She's rated 10 on hygiene.com.
The traditional method of sending a man to dig a hole and risk his life underground was being replaced by mountaintop removal.
Oh, that's so
What?
depressing.
Using bulldozers and
They just
dynamite,
fucking take the top of
miners
mountains off.
blasted
Why?
their way to the coal.
Because we're like, I want just the knuckle draggers of our world, you know, Mr. Peabody is just like, I want that's in there. And they're like, okay, sir. And they're like, just blow up the whole goddamn world and get me that gold. Like, that's
They
just how.
cut what they do with the tops of the mountains.
Oh, they just go like, oh, that's fine, dude. That's the cost of doing business. And everyone goes, but what happened to our natural area that had all the animals and all the things we hunted and the beauty of our? They go, don't worry about that, you stupid fucking communist. Yeah, it's pretty depressing.
Not only were the beautiful mountains destroyed, but the pollution that came with it ruined nearby farmland.
This really is the Mr. Peabody's coal train story, huh?
Before long, Don was fed up with what he called rotten society and decided
Long
it was
Don
time
Silver, more
to
like
return
Long
home.
Don No Gold. Am I right, folks? That was a stretch, but stretching is good for you. I'm into yoga. Go on with your story, Slaton.
So Don picked up his family and moved them back to Montana.
Like physically pick them up. Like there was what,
He
2
carried-
kids and a wife. And
Yes,
he just went,
yes,
like,
yes.
He wrapped his big arms around
From West
them.
Virginia all the way to Montana, he just jogged.
No lumbar support. Almost there. 10 more steps.
Like, you know, you had a car.
That's right. But he's like,
Oh.
It's actually good for sciatica to strengthen these muscles. Honey, how much whole milk are you drinking?
So, oh yeah, he picked them up already. Instead of a regular gig in Montana, he worked odd jobs to collect just enough money to set up a cabin in the woods.
what did he do?
The name
Catering?
of a horror movie, isn't
Picking
it?
berries, poaching animals, and hiking up and down the range. Shockingly, his wife didn't much care for, quote, living like the Indians.
Okay, they're called Native
that
Americans,
sounds
but I
racist
guess you
as
could
fuck.
call them Indians if
That
you want.
sounded so racist.
Listen, if they don't got a dot on their forehead, they're called natives. That's me. I'm not racist. You got a dot on your forehead? Indian. Correct? All in agreement? Say be silly, have fun. Be silly, have fun.
I do enjoy Indian food, like all that curry and stuff, you know?
That's right.
Kari?
Oh, I love a good curry, don't you?
She preferred to have modern conveniences like air conditioning, plumbing, and electricity. So
You
she-
fucking diva, right? Air conditioning?
Can we turn it up here, though? It's kind of hot in the
It
valley.
is really hot in the valley.
She left him in 1972.
She left him.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she was kind of over this whole Don Nichols situation.
Yeah, she was like, I'm not trying to live from this
don't-
land.
I'm not... You know they have lights at night, right?
Is this what my wife's thinking every time I'm like, hey, let's go camping? She's like, I'm going to fucking divorce you.
Absolutely.
I'm not going out camping.
That's what I think every time you go camping. I go, I'm going to divorce him.
You better not ever divorce me.
To stay...
You can't leave me. We've created a baby called crime. And we have to raise this puppy till it's 25.
Man, that is a lot of scripts I have to write between now and
Don't worry.
23 and a half
The
years
longest
from now.
running podcast.
We're getting more Patreon subscribers. You won't have to work 25 other jobs. It'll just be writing scripts. In
To
my
stay
little
close
script
to
sweatshop.
Danny, Don settled in the town of Three Forks, known for the three-way split of the Missouri River and its truck stop / liquor store / strip club.
That's what it's known
That's
for?
on that's in Compton. They got one of them on Martin Luther King Boulevard.
Uh-huh.
I have actually been to said truck stop liquor store strip club.
I actually...
Oh, it's still there, huh?
Oh, it's still there, and I mean, this was.
It's going to
is right by
survive
his
the
I don't know.
apocalypse.
I don't know if it was there then. I know that it's there now because I went there for my friend's bachelor. We went to that strip club for my friend's bachelor party like 10 years ago.
Hilarious.
And it was one of the worst places I've ever been inside.
I bet I'd have to try it for myself and then rate
It's
it my own.
gonna-
Because honestly, you tell me about hiking in nature and then combine that with strip clubs. Tell me there's a sugarfish over there and I'm moving. You know what I'm saying?
Sold.
Yeah, right? I'll go right by mountain bike, then I'll go get some sushi, and then I'll relax at the strip
So what
club.
you're telling me was that you're
Heaven.
into as a stripper who just finished hiking?
Wow, I mean, maybe.
Yeah.
Depends. You're putting me in a real weird spot.
stripper
Real
with-
weird spot.
Stripper with twigs in her hair.
That's right. No oral sex
That's
at
what-
Burning Man. That's one of my big rules.
Hey, baby, would you like a lap dance or some trail mix?
I want to tell you, you want to know something funny on that same note? We did a bachelor party. One of my good friends, Brian, had a bachelor party years ago.
Hiking?
And the trip was we went camping for a few days. And then on the way home, we went to a strip club and just went wild at a strip club after just camping. We hadn't even showered. or
nasty
anything.
Oh, so you're rude
motherfuckers.
people.
They treated us great. We had a
You
great time,
nasty.
actually. We made some big fans that night. So
Don wanted to give Danny the same childhood he wanted as a boy, spending all his free time as father and son. Every summer.
Hasn't even mentioned Babs.
Why?
yeah, Don,
So he just hated her because she was a girl.
Not,
Don's
not
like,
just
"Who?"
not just your daughter, but also your second born.
Yeah.
Like, where's the
She probably
value
just-
there?
Whoa, how dare you? I got a second born on the way. I'm going to treat him or her wonderfully. Hopefully. Now you're making me think.
I am the second born. Wait a second.
Yeah. What the hell?
Wait a-
My brother's the second born. Don't you talk bad about my brother.
Every summer, he took Danny on camping trips that lasted all summer long.
What was Barbara doing this whole time?
I don't know. Who cares?
He could have brought him. Also, though, you have to remember in those days, sometimes the wife would say, like, well, she needs to be here with me doing, baking brownies.
But the wife's gone.
Yeah.
Well, he
So
has
wait,
an
did she
imaginary
leave?
wife.
I think that there's some
Everyone
joint
does.
custody-ish type stuff going on.
Okay.
I don't know exactly. Father
They had
and
custody back then?
Yeah.
Everything just sounds so long ago.
It was only the 30s. This is now what, the 50s?
This
No.
is the 70s.
This is the 70s,
is the
Candace.
It's the 70s now?
Yeah, she left him in
Because Don's an
1972.
adult. Don was born in the 30s.
There's DJs now.
I'm really bad with dates. This is the 70s
There's
now?
color
so there's
television.
afros and stuff? Okay.
Yeah.
There's
not,
jive?
not in this part
Oh,
of the
there's a
country.
lot of jive and
This
there's
is Montana. There's no
turkeys.
afros in Montana.
Okay, you're
There's
right.
jive
The only
turkeys.
afros in Montana are the Jew-fro from the occasional guy who accidentally made a wrong turn on his way to Washington State.
I would
Okay.
I would have said like the lawyer that got hired to deal with like some sort of logging claim
Yeah.
or something like that had to go into to Montana. Now Jews love Montana. You can't look 10 feet. You can throw a stick in Montana. You
I
hit
hear
a
they
nose.
call it Jutana now.
Father and son would hunt, forage, and play games together like the sitting game, which consisted of them sitting still, breathing slowly, and ignoring the idea of man-made concepts like heat, cold, and time.
Do you mean that they would meditate in the
Time.
forest, or do you mean he would have an excuse for not having air conditioning in
Yeah, I
their
was going to
house?
say, he just sounded poor as shit.
No,
They're trying to make a game out of it.
I mean, that's a distinctive possibility.
Right? Let's play not eat for a couple days.
Yeah, let's see how long we can fast.
Yeah,
Daddy.
It's actually really good for you. It actually.
No, I do it all the time.
Do you really?
I fast almost every year.
Live
Yeah.
fast.
Last
Die
time I fasted
hard.
was
That's
10,
what I say.
10 days I did last year.
Are you kidding me?
No
You did a
food.
10-day fast?
No food. I've done 14.
That's for like fucking obese
Sorry.
people. We're supposed to do like
No,
1 or
it's
2 day
not. It wasn't
fast.
to lose weight. Continue. I'm
Most I've
sorry.
done is like-
Well, the fasting podcast, we'll save that for the next
I did
episode.
49 hours. That's pretty sweet.
Don kept tight discipline
Such a basic
10.
bitch.
by hitting Danny on the forehead with his fist. Because, according to Don, quote, that's the safest place to hit a kid.
On the forehead?
Yeah, if you're like ranking places to hit kids.
Good to know.
You're actually supposed to talk to them like adults and
No.
explain things, even when they're
That's
bad.
what creates serial killers.
Oh,
You just
yeah.
throw a-
Frontal lobe damage?
Yeah.
You just throw a nice sharp jab just to let them know, just to,
Give them
set
that
the
nice.
tone.
You get that CTE early. You just got to let it so you can adjust to it.
Just
He has time
establish the
to-
distance, get the rhythm going.
Get the rhythm going.
And next,
Ah!
and next thing you know, like, look, bop, 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 keep him on the outside.
How old's this kid?
This is the 70s. He was born in the 60s, so somewhere in
Like a
his...
10 or 12-year-old kid.
12-ish.
He was born in 66. Yeah, this is like...
Oh, he's not even bar mitzvah age yet. You're already socking him in the head?
he's in his... He's between 10 and 13-ish in this time period.
Okay.
The trips to the woods grew longer every summer. In 1973, the sheriff had to track them down after Danny missed the first couple weeks of school.
I'm going into those hills. I'm going to find me that boy, and I'm going to make sure he studies our mediocre education system.
And then I'm going to punch him in the forehead.
If he won't come with me, at least, send a nice quick jab maybe across.
Oh, Sheriff.
Show him how the law works.
Sheriff, can you please
Show him
bring
how to
that,
be a man.
Can you please bring that student back to my class so I can teach him about Noah's Ark and evolution? Please.
Nah, I don't know if he'll be able to see real quick because he might be closed up, but I have an ice pack for him.
Okay, well, just get him back in time to see the different water fountains.
When he finally found them, Don apologized,
That's
quote,
my shout out to institutionalized world. You've been fucking up for a long time.
he apologized by saying, quote, I don't follow man-made calendars.
Oh,
I was
fuck,
waiting.
I love that line. This
I
guy's
don't
dope.
Follow man-made.
I was
I
waiting.
tell that to my phone all the time. I don't listen to robots, but how do I take a left or
I
a
live
right?
by the wind.
Yeah, that's right. But I still always put it
that
in.
mean?
I put my Google Maps on all the time.
Yeah.
But I don't listen when she tells me what to do. I'm like, just calm down. Let's discuss this diplomatically.
I was waiting for the strawberries to ripen. I promised strawberry shortcake, and I try to give him what I promised him.
That sounds like a cool dude right now. I'm loving this.
No,
Pops.
95% of this is stuff that you like. And then it's going to not be that anymore
That's
eventually.
how. That's
And
how it
then-
is. That's how it is, though. You'd be like, I like.
You're on board with that, even the punching of the forehead?
No. What are you
that's
talking
me.
about?
That's
Oh,
me.
that's
who's
you.
yeah, because I understand discipline. This unruly son of a bitch over here on my right, you hear him on the show
You
all the
try
time,
and talk to
listeners.
your kid, don't
you
you?
know he has no discipline.
Yeah,
if
you're
only
supposed to.
I need to start punching Shefsky directly in the forehead, the only place where it's safe to punch a man-child.
Please don't give our listeners bad parenting advice. For the love of the children, don't.
Danny was quiet and sullen on the drive to school. So the sheriff tried to make small talk. So, Danny, what are you looking at with your binoculars? Grizzlies, elk? With what? Asked Danny. The sheriff tapped his binoculars. Binoculars, that's what we call these things. I don't know why I made him.
My dad calls those devil glasses.
Binoculars.
Those are devil glasses.
You know,
Binoculars out here in Montana.
things to see good with, you know?
Does he not have a good vocabulary? Like he doesn't know about modern tools?
Danny corrected him and said, quote,
Devil glasses?
they're called people watchers.
Oh, no.
Oh, creepy. So his dad's a fucking creep?
I don't know, man. That seems pretty normal to me.
People
What do
watchers?
you do?
watchers?
What's the last time you looked at a bird with binoculars? Let's be honest.
I actually looked at an airplane with binoculars recently. My grandfather passed away and left me these amazing old, like, 50s binoculars that are just beautiful and heavy and good quality.
You were just trying to
And
see
we had-
someone join the Mile High Club.
I was trying to look through the window of the airplane, but they moved very fast. So all I could see was the actual airplane itself, but it was very cool. I saw an F-16 doing some sort of military training practice up in the sky.
For years,
Very
Don
impressive.
and Danny foraged for themselves in the Bear Trap Mountains.
And by forage, I mean tried to catch the ladies at the lake taking baths.
surviving on berries,
them people
wild grown
watchers.
vegetables, poached cattle, and squirrels.
What's poached cattle? They would actually just go kill someone who's...
You steal someone else's cattle, yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, I thought you poach it like an egg.
Yeah, you just drop.
You
Yeah,
drop
just put
it
it on
in
there.
boiling water that's
Now don't
swirling.
overcook it, boy. Oh, no, you put him too hard on the poach stand. Now it just went in his butt. Trying to put a whole cow on a poached egg.
Where'd you
stand.
get this giant pot from? Pier 1?
No, here's what you do: you heat rocks in a you heat. Oh, there's hot springs everywhere in Montana.
that's right. Just put your
some of
cow
them
in
are
the hot
dangerous. Yes, put your cow in the hot springs.
Oh, no, I heard about someone dying in a hot spring.
Boiled
yeah.
beef with
Yeah.
no
Happens
salt?
in Yellowstone all the time.
People die.
Oh, because people, what they do is there's wooden paths through Yellowstone,
Yes.
and they say stay on this shit.
And if you don't,
And every once in a while, someone goes like, whatever.
What's going to happen? And then they die.
They fall through the crust of the earth.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Oh, it
Yes.
happens all the time.
Oh, yeah.
They should call it redstone, because the
see,
people are
because of
you
the
know, they're
blood.
boiling and bleeding down there. I would still want to go there on a vacation.
But no matter how hard Don tried to shield his son from the world, I've been to Yellowstone many times, he couldn't stop Danny from becoming a teenager.
Can we do a live show in Yellowstone?
Sure.
Do they have is there an audience out that way?
No.
Wait, where is Yellowstone?
You could do
at?
it in the
Well,
hot
play
springs.
Wyoming? Yellowstone's
It's a
Wyoming.
yellow. It's actually about 90 minutes from my parents' place. It's whatchamacallit? It's like the border of Yellowstone, of Montana and Wyoming.
Oh, dude, let's
Yeah.
do a spot there. Let's do a show there, and then we'll hop the fence like you said, and go into like our own territory. Ooh,
We'll find a bear, say what's up.
that's right.
Yeah, yeah.
Poach a
Fall
cow.
into a hot spring.
Poach
you know?
a cow.
Live
That's what they
life.
call it. Falling into. I just
Living
fell
your-
into a hot
living your
spring.
best life.
Who wouldn't like to just be walking out on a hike and be like, I'm in a jacuzzi out of nowhere? I'm looking forward
Well,
to
you
it.
can go in some hot springs that are
Yeah,
not deadly.
that are not right.
I used to live in Mammoth. We used to
Legal.
go to the hot springs out there. It was great. We met a bunch of weirdos out there.
So Don tried to stop his son from growing up, but eventually every young boy becomes a teenager. In his junior year, Danny became involved with an older divorcee named Sue. Shockingly, He decided that sex was better than school and dropped out.
Yeah, I think everyone figured that out. We just not all dropped out.
Yeah.
He dated Sue
You can
in
multitask.
secret.
You can do both.
Right? Man, I fuck while reading, no problem. Especially with audiobooks nowadays. I got this Blinkist app where they read the books to you, and I just fucking,
Yeah, handle
I'm like,
it.
honey, I don't have a lot of time, but if you want to get up on me real quick, I'll press
School,
play.
1 + 1 = 2. You know what I'm saying? Come on, girl.
That's right. One dick.
I'll catch you in the rye. You know
might-
what I'm saying?
What?
Whoa. You got an English class all of a sudden there.
What did you just call my pussy?
I'm about to pour.
Yeah, I called it
Rye bread?
rye bread.
You saying my shit is dry?
It's time for physical education. Then after that, we're going to do history class.
He dated Sue in secret because dad didn't want the competition.
Ew, is dad like jealous of his son getting laid?
Yeah.
Wait.
You weirdo. You're supposed to be like, good
So
son,
he's still
have
a
a good time
teenager
out
at this
there.
point,
He's
and
a
he's dating a
teenager.
divorcee.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
how it is, Candice. It's very hard for us to find women out there. We have to find sometimes divorcees.
Yeah, the next woman might be 3 to 17 miles away. So
Oh, that's true. You got to
get
take
in where
what
you fit in.
Right, you're right.
As my dad always said, like you pick you don't pick who you pick. The people watchers pick who you pick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They pick a wife for you.
And she was the first woman he could see
That crossed his
from a distance.
His people watchers, yeah.
But Sue lived in another county. And in this part of Montana, the population is so small that people only need to give 4 digits for their phone numbers.
Oh, whoa. They don't have that kind of thing anymore,
The
right?
first 3 numbers serving as your area code. Oh, no.
No.
Still. So if your number
Oh, the
is.
You can
first
still have a
3.
short number?
The first 3 are all the same for everybody.
Yeah, for in a wide area,
okay, I
the
see
first
what
3
you're
digits will be the same.
Right.
So you'll tell someone's like, "What's your number?" You're like 4325,
Like, okay.
and they're like, "Oh, I know what the rest of the numbers
That's cool.
are."
And then you're like, I'm going to grab his bank card because I have a feeling. I think I know his PIN.
Dawn realized somebody was making long distance phone calls.
Oh, my son.
You calling that old whore again? The one who's already been used?
Yeah, because she has sex with me, and as much as you've offered,
these
we're
bears
not
don't.
doing that. Yeah, the bears don't.
I never offered to have sex with you. I told you we could meditate till you didn't want to have sex no more. Sex is the devil's intercourse.
Then he overheard Danny on the phone making, quote, lovey-dovey talk.
You making those weakness sounds again, boy? You're not going to be hunting too well.
Dad, please, I'm on the phone. Just hang up your line.
You're going to have to pick which
I'm
strawberry
so
pie.
close. Please hang up. I'm so close. Oh, my God.
You're going to have to pick which strawberry pie you want.
I need to get my own phone line.
Mine's got antioxidants and it's
I'm
organic.
surprised we have a phone line, to be honest, but I really need my own at this point.
These wild strawberries, they're better than vitamins. I'm just saying.
Furious that his son was spending time with someone else, Don did the only thing that made sense.
Jealous alpha male dad syndrome, huh?
He freaked out, kicked the crap out of his son, and made him swear a blood oath to abandon Sue and live in the mountains with him.
Wait, what is a blood oath?
Like when you cut your hand. You
yeah.
ever see Robin Hood Men in
Well,
Tights?
yeah, but so that's like when you were blood brothers where you'd prick
Yeah.
your finger and go like that.
But imagine
Yeah.
instead of pricking with a diabetes tester, you actually had like a knife and you.
He made him
and you
exchange
shuck on it.
hitises so that he would then
That's
be
right.
sworn.
It's just so dramatic.
After they shook, he's like,
Can't
"Now
we
I
just
will
sign
warn
something?
ya."
Can we just
You're going to start getting sores.
have a verbal contract? Do we need to exchange bodily fluids?
Your joints are going to start hurting.
I
Sorry,
work
son.
in an emergency room in Key West, and I will warn you, whatever I have, you now have.
I'm really not sure what's happening.
But oaths are very important. I just imagine like the guy for the the redneck hunter from the Fox and the Hound, like with his front hat flipped up and his little hound and just.
I got elk gonorrhea. Now you do too, boy.
Oh, gross!
You don't fuck women, boy. Let me tell you something. You want to fuck wild game. There's a reason they call them wild. She'll do anything. And when she's done, she'll just gallop away.
But it didn't take long for Dawn to realize that the pussy was out of the bag.
What's that mean?
What?
Like the cat was out of the bag, but
Oh, that was Slaton wording right
Yeah.
there.
Oh, I was like,
Just trying to turn us on at this table.
no matter what he did to please his son, Dawn simply didn't
Have a vagina.
Yeah, you can only go like a few weeks of like someone convincing you like just ignore sex before your balls start to fill up like water balloons. You're like,
Yeah.
all right, I'm gonna have to unload this
sorry, I
stuff.
gotta go.
And then you can't just get rid of it by rubbing one out.
Hey, son, why does my bear trap smell like bleach?
oh,
That is weird. That is a very scary way to try to have sex. A bear trap. I thought you could have said maybe like his game bag that he keeps like the
I was
going to
say canteen.
Yeah.
Don needed a plan.
Why is there egg whites all over the quail carcasses?
Don needed a plan. But luckily, he was a smart man and had a perfectly logical solution. All he and Danny had to do was capture a live woman and show her how magical and wonderful Montana is.
We had
without
one. We had
civilization spoiling everything.
Wait, what do you mean? Just the wording there was capture. Now, don't
As opposed to a dead one.
get me wrong. If you're new to speaking English and you use the word capture, no one's gonna blame you. But we just need to capture. I can imagine like a new Japanese kid, like I feel so lonely. I just wanted to capture a woman, and everyone's like, what? Wait, what? What? But it's like, no, he's just saying he's just trying to
He wants a
capture her.
girlfriend. He wants a girlfriend.
He wants to
capture
embrace
her
a
heart.
woman.
Yeah, he wants to capture her heart.
No,
but
I want
this guy,
to keep her in the basement.
No,
Yeah,
this
this guy-
wants- He's like, no.
the Ted Kaczynski bow hunter over here, I don't think he means the same thing.
No, they don't want to kill her. They want her alive.
Yeah,
They just want to
just a
keep her.
weird
They just
sentence.
want to keep her.
Yeah. They want to show
is
her
kind
how
of romantic.
magical and wonderful Montana is without the
Like if I could just show you.
civilization.
Right.
Yeah. With enough time, she'd come to appreciate their way of life. Danny would get the female companionship he so desired, and if Dawn got lucky, she might even consent to giving the old man a turn.
This is how Don described it to his son. Like his son's just like, oh, okay,
Yeah, why not?
yeah.
But also,
I guess we'll be father, son, and Eskimo brothers. I don't really know.
I'm
how
pretty
that
sure
works.
Lemmy and his Lemmy
This is my
from
brother,
Motorhead.
Dad.
I think Lemmy and his son, they swapped girlfriends for Motorhead.
but wait, he had a perfectly good woman, Sue, right?
Yeah.
But his dad just deemed her not worthy to be kidnapped. Like that's the worst.
Maybe he already
You know, I
cased her up.
never
worst
got on that
rejection.
part.
Maybe the dad already cased her up.
You're not good enough to kidnap.
Maybe there's like some stipulations here in the contract. Like maybe his dad saw his son's chick and she was too heavy, and he's like, all right, I'm gonna get rid of her.
Get rid of this fat bitch.
I ain't kidnapping no. It's like the old T-shirt says: "Fat bitches are hard to kidnap." But if I get
We don't
my
have
son,
a bear trap big enough for this one.
that's right. But I'm trying
How am
to.
I supposed to feed her off of foraged berries?
Alex
She
Jones.
gonna be eating up all the berries.
I heard Alex Jones come out just
Every
now.
time I'm in the kitchen, you in the kitchen, eating up all the
pig
strawberries,
feet. Oh.
all the raspberries.
eating up all the ladies' feet. Can't capture that many ladies. I don't have a hunting license.
Are they even in season right now?
God, if we had to have a license to date, like a hunting license, though, well, if you
That
want-
actually might be a good idea at this point.
That's right. Municipal rules. I mean, we got to follow them. It's the fabric of our society.
Unfamiliar with normal ways of meeting women, they went with what they knew.
A trap. One of those things with, they step on
mean-
it and then the net picks her
Yeah.
up. Hi, I'm down. What are your hobbies?
I love how much. Okay. Don and Danny set up on the river and waited for a woman to float by.
Float?
What the WTF with Mark Maron are you talking about?
Low
There's that many chicks? Is
Lo
the
and
Lake
behold,
Havasu River? Woo! Show us your boobs. Here's some beads.
beads for breasts and your undying love in our woods.
That's right.
Lo and behold, a woman soon showed up fishing from an inner tube.
Dude, you're doing some good advertising for this for single dudes down at this river. Hot chicks, they'll just float by.
Just float by.
Just gotta take
What river is this?
Just stop them.
They tried to lure her away from her husband, who was fly fishing from the shore. Come over here. There's lots of fish over here, yelled Don.
That works. I don't know about you guys, but that works for me. Fish, you don't say?
Next time you say it's hard for you to find a good man, I'm gonna let him listen to this clip. This is how hard it is to get Candice away from you there.
Just tell him you got fish.
Come over here. We've got some German music.
sounds like
Come
sprockets.
over here. Candice.
Hey, baby, I don't know what you're doing tonight. If you want to get out of here or something, I got plenty of fish. That's about all I got. I don't even have an apartment, really, but I got lots of fish. They're fresh. They're still alive. I keep it in a bucket.
Well, my husband's over there, but like I am a pescatarian.
I mean, that works out pretty well because really all I have is, I have squirrels.
But I don't even know you guys. So like how could I trust you?
This sounds fishy.
It nearly worked.
That more than nearly worked.
It
That
nearly
actually,
worked.
Candace's punchline there was a solid fit.
Until she noticed both of them.
Like a Lego block. It was perfect.
So Dawn nearly actually lured her over by being like, hey, there's more fish over in this corner of the river.
Oh, the dad did.
Which for like Montana, actually, if you're on the river and you're like, hey, there's good fish over here, people might be like, oh shit, okay, I'll go over that direction.
Yeah.
It's less abnormal than it definitely is.
Okay.
You know what I'm
it's
saying?
Friggin', yeah.
It nearly worked until she noticed Danny standing around the corner carving into a tree. And she looked down and saw that Don and Danny were both wearing long pistols. She decided it was time to float
They were
back towards her
shooting
husband.
fish.
Holy
Yeah,
shit.
how do you fish?
I'd be so freaked out if I saw
Carving
that.
into a tree.
Well, my grandfather was a gun nut, and that's how he fished.
The Nichols needed a better plan.
What kind of lures are you using? It's
He
like,
would shoot
45.
into the water, and the fish would jump into the
Is it
hole in the
shiny?
tree that he just dug.
You tell the fish to dance. I'll scare the fish.
I used to do the Sesame Street trick. The here, fishy, 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 fishy. Do you
Oh,
remember
that
Bert
one.
and Ernie?
Yeah, yeah.
And they would just jump into your
They did it
boat.
on Mighty Boosh, too.
Oh, yeah.
He goes-
Forgot about Mighty Boosh, yeah.
Carrie Swenson.
He lured him in with headshots, remember? Vince Noir lured the fish in with headshots.
Carrie Swenson was born in
Carrie Swenson.
1962 in Bozeman, Montana.
Wait, this is the woman?
Standing tall at 5'7", slim with auburn hair, Carrie was a fantastic skier with Olympic dreams as a biathlete. The woman from the river, she floated away.
She's alive.
They're going for a new
Do you think
plan.
she's
Oh
still
my
alive?
God.
Do you think she's alive right now? And just
The woman
like,
from the river?
"Fuck, I
Yeah.
avoided getting murdered.
I know
Yeah, she
this.
was actually quoted later.
I know
you
this
serious?
story.
Yeah. Terrifying.
I know this story.
It's not impossible. Carrie Swenson was born in 1962 in Bozeman, Montana, standing 5'7", slim with auburn hair. She was a fantastic skier with Olympic dreams as a biathlete.
That means she was into
Yeah.
All
both
sports?
football
And
and
football.
tennis.
And- yeah.
That's right. Unlike my friend Chet, who's also a biathlete.
For those of you who don't know, listening, the
Watch his eyes in the
biathlon,
locker room.
You ski around and you shoot things.
That's right.
Long story boring.
Badass, dude.
By
That's an American sport.
1984, she was the best American woman in the sport. But the biathlon didn't pay the bills, so she was forced to work as a waitress in Big Sky to supplement her Olympic-sized dreams. On July 14th, 1984, the owner told her about a grizzly bear he saw grazing in the meadows. She was thrilled. I'd die to see a grizzly bear.
You might, said the owner, who could see the future.
Who was previously mauled the summer before.
The next day, she put on...
Previously on Mauling the Chick.
Hey, if you really want to see a grizzly bear, just wait like 2 more weeks. You're cycling, right? And then just go out there jogging. I'm sure you'll find
Did
one.
you say you're cycling? My brain immediately, as a cyclist, was like, "Oh, do you think bike riders are more in danger?" And that's like, "Oh, the minstrel show." Yes,
yes.
She's going in with red face.
The
yes.
minstrel.
A little bloody soft shoe. You know what I'm saying? A little the minstrel show.
Idiots.
That's right. It's
Stop it, you guys. We're going to sync up.
Oh, sorry. It would be an honor.
Sisterhood.
It would be an honor.
The next day, she put on her running cleats and bright red running shorts for a 6-mile training jog
red shorts. That way, no one can see if you have a leak.
along the trail where her boss had spotted the grizzly. As she ran along a bend, she noticed a carving in a tree. Danny and Don Nichols live in these mountains, July 14th, 1984.
Okay.
A few steps later, she found a giant, dirty, bearded mountain man blocking her path. Understandably spooked,
Santa?
Yeah, it's the off season. Sorry. I know I probably look a little different than you're used to. You know what? Just give me your letter now. I'll keep it. I promise I'll get there in December. God, it's so, you try to take a vacation and you just can't get away from it. The beard's a giveaway.
I thought you were going to say Rick Rubin. What are you
Yes,
producing out here?
Yes, I'll produce-
Harvey Weinstein didn't have a giant beard.
He would have if he had been in the mountains raping women.
Too motherfucking shay, Candice. Candice.
Understandably spooked, she turned around, but then there was a dirtier, beardier mountain man stepping on the trail behind her.
Is that his son?
As she turned back around, Don Nichols grabbed both her wrists. You married? He asked.
Because that would have stopped him.
When she said yes, he asked her husband's name.
Because I'm not a cheater.
She stuttered out the first name that came to her mind.
What if he was trying to sell like a book? He's like, all right, I wrote this in my cabin. It's called Men Are From Mars and Women Are From Venus. You and your husband should sit down and every night read a different part of this book together. And that way you'll grow closer.
I'm telling you, lady, it's a good book Daddy over here wrote. He is divorced and hasn't talked to a woman. You're the first one to talk to in, I don't know, like 10 years or so.
17
But
years.
it's fine. It's a good book. I read it. I can't read though, but I read
can't
it.
read good. But
Has good pictures though. No, so one thing I will say about this is they are very adamant through the way. They're like, no, we want a single woman, and we're not going to force ourselves on you. We're just going to hold you and convince you to love us.
They're working in their own weird
That's
moral
usually
grounds.
how relationships work.
Yeah.
They're in their own
That
weird.
sounds normal.
right?
to me.
It sounds like a normal relationship.
Yeah,
right?
normally they fight it. They
Yeah.
resist at first, and then you just grow accustomed
This
to
is
it.
just more physical than mental.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
all it is.
they're all just Gastons. That's
Hey.
what they are.
Yeah,
is
and
a pile of
eventually
Hey.
you just succumb.
Are we a couple
you're
of
like,
good
I guess
defense
we together.
attorneys, Candice? You and me, a couple of good defense attorneys right here. Huh?
She
Huh?
stuttered
What are
out.
they called? Sync up. Sync up, attorney at law. We got you
So
covered.
he asks if she's married. When
It's
she
just
says
dating.
yes, he goes, "What's your husband's name?" And she stutters out the first name that comes to her mind, Bill Soa.
Margaret, damn it!
She asked it with a question connotation. Should have taken those improv classes, lady. You'd be alive right now.
When Dawn noted that she wasn't wearing her wedding ring, she explained that she didn't wear it because of the machines. Like it might get caught in a machine that
Yeah,
they're working on.
That's what I say. Or I also say that this is a prop from Lord of the Rings. If people ask,
I don't believe you,
Lord of the
said
Rings prop.
Dawn. Danny added, "She's lying. All women lie."
oh my god, I hate this
How does he
father
know
son
this?
team. I fucking love these team by their profile earlier. Like they just go hiking a lot and hunting and meditating. And now I'm like, okay, I hate both of you. When the kid goes, she's lying, get her. I'm like, okay, you fucking freaks, get the fuck out of Montana.
That's when the chilling words came out of Dawn's mouth. Well, Danny, what do you think? Shall we keep her?
Okay, this is terrifying.
Once she was tied up, it was time for the sales pitch.
Look how excited and giddy is Slaton's so giddy to read the sales pitch.
See, we need a woman for Danny. That's the only way he'll travel with me. We got a really nice camp and a big hole that's really comfortable. We can sit out a blizzard and we can get pretty comfy.
Does it have air conditioning?
I mean, that doesn't sound too bad.
It's a hole.
What are you guys eating?
Well, stuff we find in the hole. I mean, outside the hole too. There's deer. Sometimes, not a lot. Not often. Mostly just stuff we pick and the occasional dead rodent.
Oh, well, as an Olympian, like fitness and health is my top priority.
Oh
You
no,
guys-
you
I have to get my protein.
we are full keto. You're gonna keep
Oh,
nice
it's
and
great.
slim the whole way
Yeah.
through.
No processed foods. Maybe I would date
Yeah,
your
those
son.
ketones will be up in there. You'll be burning fat
Oh,
like no
yeah.
time.
Do you have the tester so you can see what my ketones are?
No, you just pee on me and then I can kind of tell.
Wait a second.
That's the fucking, oh my God. I just thought of a new Halloween
R.
costume.
Kelly?
I want to go as a ketone strip for Halloween and ask women to pee on me. I think my wife would hate that though.
They promised to make
How many people peed on you? We're getting a divorce.
I'm not the first bitch.
Yeah. Baby, please don't leave me. It was a Halloween costume. I know I smell like a lot of girls pee, but that's just for Halloween. I wanted to be authentic.
Look, it's orange. Some of them were in ketosis, so it was actually helpful.
Gross. You can't actually see ketosis through the color of urine unless it's an extreme level.
Actually, you can.
Unless it's an extreme level.
Yeah.
But you can pee clear and be in ketosis. Trust
They
me.
promised to make
Trust me, I know.
Trust me, I've had about 1.5 ketones per liter. It's pretty impressive. And my pee was clear.
They promised to make an honest mountain woman out of her. Then they dragged her to their mosquito-infested camp where Danny pulled out a huge chain, a bronze padlock, and secured Carrie to a tree.
Y'all got any of that mosquito spray? I don't like it with DEET.
Yeah, I guess
Organic.
here's some deer shit. That's kind of what we use.
They should sell that to hippies.
To avoid being seen, Danny surrounded the camp with squaw wood, lower branches that aren't supposed to make smoke. Then he handed Carrie a dog-eared issue of Mad Magazine to read while he hunted for dinner squirrels.
Dude, this chick has gotten like a all expenses paid vacation to Coolsville, right? You're gonna chill. You're gonna eat wild game. You get to camp for God
You get
knows
an
how long.
out-of-date Mad
Right,
Magazine.
Right? You don't have to go back to work. No work. No one. You know when you get kidnapped? No one ever asks for a doctor's note.
It's 1984. She's like,
It's
man,
so
these,
easy.
these Mad Magazine Nixon jokes are really
what,
great.
That's what Mad was at its best, dude. I actually have them from that age. Yeah, dude, from the 80s. Mad Magazine was amazing. In the
I
80s.
used to love Mad Magazine.
Oh, I used to, and I do too now.
When he returned
I don't know.
without squirrels,
So Mitch Hedberg.
Without squirrels?
yeah, he didn't catch any squirrels, unfortunately.
Son of-
The three of them dined on a tin of soggy biscuits.
I'm just going to find me a man
right.
who can find squirrels.
That's right. She's like, I thought you guys were outdoorsy, but
Ugh.
canned soggy
You got
what?
Butterfingers?
What are they can't?
Squirrels just slipping through your fingers.
Yeah, I thought this food wasn't gonna be processed. They're already getting a bad review on Airbnb.
You
Already
told me it
happening.
was all keto. Biscuits aren't keto.
Oh God, no, they're not. But in an emergency, like sometimes you hope to have an emergency where you have to eat biscuits.
Emergency biscuits?
Oh yeah, dude.
But their dinner was interrupted by the sound
there-
of voices calling out Carrie's name.
Gary!
Oh, people searching for her.
Gary!
Don stomped out the fire as they heard a plane overhead. You must be very important. They got a plane.
Oh, this guy has got no
She
charm at
reminded
all.
them there would be a lot of people looking for her. Doesn't matter, Don said. Anybody finds you, they'll get shot.
It puts the biscuit in its mouth.
Eventually it grew dark and the voices faded away.
Oh, thanks for continuing the relentless search, you fucking assholes. I would be so pissed if I was...
They searched for a long, enduring
Yeah.
35 minutes.
Wow, you missed half of Dallas. Thanks.
Carrie! Yeah, I got nothing. Let's go get a drink.
Did you guys see anything? Neither did I.
If I'm ever kidnapped...
You guys want to go get in and out?
If I'm ever Candice, you
I
make
know
sure
it's in
this
California. We can
motherfucker-
be back real quick, though.
Make sure this motherfucker doesn't give up that fast.
Enter Johnny France. The only people who ever saw Johnny without his cowboy hat were his wife, Sue, and his 3 kids. His mother died when he was 4, and his dad was a drinker, so Johnny, as a boy, lived with his uncle, Joe France, the toughest rancher around. Johnny started competing at rodeos at 12 years old. At 16, he legally quit school and started punching cows. Also
What?
known as
In the
herding,
forehead?
herding
Are
cows.
they called to that?
Yeah, he's just
In the
disciplining. Yeah.
forehead.
Yeah. Well, it's the only way you see...
Everybody knows
if you don't
that's
punch
the
a-
safest place to punch a cow is in the forehead.
I said, get in the truck. I said, why won't you listen?
He's probably out back punching cow.
Johnny was getting paid a man's wage of $150 a month and earning his diploma on the side.
What's a woman's wage?
Yeah, 125.
Woman's wage?
Yeah.
Wages?
Why would you pay
for
someone to wash the dishes, Candice? It's the 70s.
No wonder you're single.
It's 80s
wanting
now.
Wages.
It's 84.
Oh, this is in the this is in the 80s.
While soft-spoken, Johnny France was still a tough son of a bitch. As a young man, a bronco threw him, snapping his ankle. He hobbled to the closest medical professional,
And told him, I don't need no shots for pain. I'm a man.
Shoot me.
a
Punch me in
veterinarian.
the forehead. It don't do nothing.
You got to put me down like these horses.
That's right.
Rope me. Beat me up. Only way I get hard is if someone's squealing.
He had him spray the ankle with topical and tape it up tightly before with a splint before putting the foot back in his boot and heading back to the rodeo.
Ooh, how Kevin
Keep it
Costner
moving.
of him, huh?
He needed the money, so he visited the vet every week that season to get his ankle retaped and retightened and put back into a boot.
Wow. So he's in pain. He's healing wrong. Just a moron. Just a total moron. Well, when you start telling people like you're going to heal wrong, and then you're not going to be
you're
able to
just
get a
like-
job in 2 years, you fucking moron. Like, learn how to type or something, bro.
Yeah,
Like, you're not going to be able to ride the horse right now.
Well, that guy won the Montana Rodeo Association's all-around title in '65 and the bareback championship in '66.
Bareback. That's
He won the Bearpack Championship.
Oh, yeah. Had a lot of dudes in me that night.
But I'll tell you something. I didn't
That's
catch
for-
nothing. I didn't
That's
catch
for my
nothing.
all-around in '65, my bareback championship in '66. That's my reverse cowgirl championship in '67. That's the most dangerous one of all of them, really.
That's the trophy Shefsky has.
It took a bronco stomping on his head and the left side of his jaw being replaced with metal to convince Johnny France to quit the rodeo.
I think
and now and that's when he became
Law
Sling
enforcement.
Blade.
Oh, yeah.
Soon after, he joined law enforcement.
Heck yeah. Well, that's what we need. Someone with fucking balls, some chutzpah to get out there and
Oh, this is
find
how
these-
RoboCop was inspired.
That's right. That's Johnny. He's the one who invented it. He's all, dead or alive, you're coming with me through the hills of Montana. That's right.
He first served as a patrolman in Dillon, but the chief asked him to find a new job after a run-in with a mouthy hippie ended when Johnny shaved the man's head.
That is shit.
Wait,
Yeah.
he shaved a hippie's head?
There was a hippie who was like, he arrested the hippie, started talking back to, he was like, oh, you want to talk back now, huh?
Okay, so this is like a necessary evil character where like he's probably going to do some good and rescue someone, but at the same time, he is totally like he doesn't like anything besides like overly manly stuff, right?
Well, I mean, if the hippie hadn't talked back, maybe he'd still have his hair. How about that? Maybe you don't talk back out in the middle of Montana. You hippie, go back to California.
I guess that's kind of a good argument, but I'm a hippie in California, so I'm like,
So he
but I
transferred-
appreciate the cowboy hat dudes because they built the railroads. They
So
really
he
did.
transferred to the Madison Valley, where his commitment to the job never wavered. He got press after busting his own brother-in-law on marijuana charges.
Ooh, Breaking Bad style.
Snitch.
But he was still fair.
Hank, remember?
After picking up 2 young men for a bar fight, he made them a deal.
I've been a barebacker for longer than you've been alive.
Only one of them had to go to jail. He took the boys to the edge of town to finish the fight. Loser goes to the clink.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow, that is some alpha male shit.
That's
He was
pretty
elected sheriff in 1980.
Oh, fuck.
Armed with a salary of $19,000 a year and 7 deputies, Johnny kept the peace in a jurisdiction of over 3,500 square miles. He was a tough but benevolent officer. When one cowboy couldn't afford his $20 fine for a DUI, he accepted the man's 1967 bareback champion belt buckle as payment, which he happily wore himself.
That's kind of weird.
I don't think that's legal.
At this time in Montana, there's like 700,000 people in the whole state.
So, you can get away with any
It's
rules.
the third largest state. Like even now, even today, I think the population is like 1.1 people per square mile. So yeah.
And I want to move there. You're like just talking this place up.
Sounds amazing.
Besides the weird kidnapping destinations, this place sounds amazing. I just won't go hiking alone without a sidearm. But still, this place sounds amazing.
He never lost his taste for danger, learning to pilot airplanes, which proved for him to be just as dangerous as the Broncos. While flying
Denver
with a friend, yes.
Well, they are dangerous, especially if you're into barebacking. Those guys will hook up with anyone.
While flying with a friend, something went wrong with the retractable landing gear. So he leaned out of the plane to find a wheel stuck at a 45-degree angle.
And he stuck his ankle out. He's like, well, land on this. It's not good anyways.
They did rolls and dives, hoping to shake it into place, but it didn't work.
His plane had a cowboy hat on it?
Yeah.
The plane's got its own cowboy hat. God dang it.
With the plane running out of fuel, they called the tower, who recommended a belly landing. Johnny didn't like the sound of that, so instead he climbed
Doesn't
out of the
sound
flying
good.
plane, locked his hands around the strut, and kicked the wheel into place before climbing back inside to
He was
land.
outside the plane, kicked his own wheel out?
The wheel was stuck, not in place, so he climbs out the plane. The buddy who's flying with him holds the wheel.
It sounds practical. Go on.
He hangs
Hold
out
the wheel.
He hangs out the side of the plane and kicks the wheel into place himself.
That's fucking rad.
It's so rad.
And his
It's pretty
cowboy hat
amazing.
didn't fly off in the wind. This
Stayed
guy
on the
is-
whole entire time.
Holy
There's another story
fucking
about when he
shit.
was still riding. He started flying before he quit the rodeo.
Yeah.
And he was flying to a rodeo and he crashed his plane and everyone rushes to it and he like walks out like he's like,
Unscathed.
can someone give me a ride
Like
to the rodeo?
dusting off his shoulders.
Yeah.
All right.
He went and rode in the he went and did the rodeo anyway. And then later he called his wife. He's like, "Hey, honey, I'm not going to be home tonight because I don't have a ride. I crashed my plane."
This guy is Bruce Willis from Invincible.
This guy's bad ass.
He's super
I crashed my
badass.
plane on the way to a rodeo. I still competed. I was flying my Cessna. I beat the shit out of the wheel. I had to kick it with my foot till the wheel came out. Then I landed. Next week, I'm going to go punch Howie Mandel from the deal.
On July 15th, Johnny was enjoying the rare night off by the lake, sitting in a lawn chair, drinking wine from a jug, and wearing his DUI belt buckle.
Just icing my ankle and just, we're just talking about how I like to beat the shit out of hippies.
He was about to turn in and call it a night when he got the call.
Pass me another Coors.
Looking at the report, he, like everyone else, figured it was probably grizzlies. Since bears are active at night,
It's probably grizzlies.
well,
When you're a sheriff in Montana and the phone rings at night, it's probably grizzlies.
remember the day before, Carrie Swenson's boss told her she saw a bear, and she was like, "Oh, I want to see a bear. Where was it?" And then she went jogging where the bear was.
Now they think.
Is that
So-
the first problem with the story? Nowadays, if someone says a bear sighting, you just go like, "Oh, I'm going to stay away from the bears."
Yeah, now she ran
Right?
to the bear. Yeah.
I'm scared of like local snakes and like bobcats and mountain lions. This chick's like, I'm gonna go shake hands with that grizzly.
You crazy white people, man.
There we go again with one of the internet memes. Crazy shit white people do.
Chasing bears. Yeah. Sewing cowboy hats to their scalps.
So since bears are active at night and they didn't want to like find a bear in the middle of a kill and all get
They
murdered by a
look
bear,
so cute with their cowboy hats, though. You have to sew it because the bears will take it off.
he decided to hold off the search
It's a
until
fact.
dawn.
I just pictured bears playing. What is it? When they keep away? Or
Yeah,
when-
yeah. Like there's one
with
guy
the
like, give
cowboy
me my hat back between two bears.
Two bears throwing it.
No, give me back. The guy keeps going to each bear.
Hey,
Give me my hat
Hubert.
back. Fucking bears, dude. They run circles around. They're kind of rude. You're right.
They're
bears,
bullies.
bro.
They're
Yeah,
bullies.
They're like bear frats.
Yeah.
He headed home to get his .45 automatic, his .44 Magnum, make some coffee, and change his belt buckle.
Oh,
That belt buckle.
Why is he taking the belt buckle
If
off?
this belt buckle doesn't save the story, if he doesn't like almost get shot, but the belt buckle stops
Candice,
the bullet,
Candice, the
then I'm
story
going to
gets
be
better.
very disappointed.
The story gets better, Candice. He's going to reach for Pootie Tang's belt buckle, and everything's going to be fine.
I hate you, Pootie!
Dirty D.
That same morning, Danny left camp to find breakfast, leaving Don and Carrie to make small talk. When this is over, Sue, not calling her by her real name.
Oh, he gave her his own name. Well, you have
gave
to.
her-
know.
no, he-
Sue
he's
was the old lady's
he's calling her
name.
the old lady's name.
The divorcee's name. Remember? Old Sue.
When this is over, just think about the stories
Old
you'll tell
loose
your
cooch
grandkids.
The stories you'll tell your grandkids. Oh, I didn't much like your pa when I first met him.
Kind of on account of how he like held me here in chains or whatever.
But after 30, 45 years of realizing I was never going to get away, I started to think he was
Maybe he's my soulmate.
That's right.
Our family's been in this hole now for 3 generations.
That's right.
He asked her age.
Don't sit there. That's the
You never
bathroom.
ask a woman her age.
That's right.
At
Even when she's
22,
captive, it's still rude.
Carrie
Yeah.
was younger than Don had hoped for Danny. Because I guess, Danny's into older women.
Oh, yeah.
As we've already learned.
God, these people are both so gross.
When she suggested they let her go to find and find someone the correct age, he replied, "Nah, we'll keep you, and maybe you'll decide on one of us." Soon, Danny returned triumphantly holding breakfast to a dead squirrel.
You never done fear dating before? It's like speed dating. It's very quick, but you're much more afraid.
They finished their meal and prepared to move camp.
Do they have any seasoning, or are they just eating squirrel like game by itself? Because that could be boring. And you have to overcook it because you
I'm
don't want to
assuming they have some seasoning that they've stolen from somewhere.
okay.
Squirrel seasoning.
Yeah.
All you need is
Oh, good old-fashioned
Oh,
squirrel.
you're talking about Lowry's.
That sounds like the son's like, you mean squirrel seasoning?
It's not. I need some salt. Dad,
You're
come here
talking
and
about
pee on this.
Cholula sauce. This is what that is.
I love Cholula. I eat it on anything. You can mix the green Cholula with... Okay, that was weird. You can
They
mix
were
it-
about to move camp, and that's when Don noticed Carrie's bright red running shorts and demanded she take them off.
You're not allowed to wear that to camp.
When she refused, he reassured her his mind wasn't in the gutter. They were simply too noticeable. They gave her a sleeping bag so she could maintain her modesty.
Wear that instead.
Sleeping bag? It's hard to walk. Well, walk like a slug.
You've done sack races, right?
The potato sack style. Just hop along with my boy. That's how you get to know each other. What doesn't hurt us makes us stronger, I think. Is that the way it goes? Anyway, take your red shorts off, please. I won't look.
She held the bag around her while Don rubbed the shorts in dirt to dull the color before handing them back.
I was going to say, put some mud on them. That's what I do.
That's right.
As she tried
Put
to
some mud on them. That's what you do. I thought you said that's what
No,
you
I
do.
said that is what I
said
do.
that's what I do.
That is what I
Oh,
do.
you do.
That's what I do.
I put mud on my red shorts so they ain't so bright.
As she tried to pull them
Homemade
on while
camouflage.
holding up
New from Short Mud, we've got it's mud. It's like a Ren and Stimpy cartoon. Short Mud's great. Mom,
Are your shorts too noticeable?
Yeah. No, honey, these shorts are just too bright.
Are your
People are
shorts
gonna-
distracting
people are
to
gonna
you?
think I'm
your
attention.
shorts are too bright.
Stimpy, your
You
shorts.
idiot.
They're too bright, you idiot.
Listeners, this reference is so outdated.
Hey, Ren, these shorts are too bright.
Yeah, your shorts are too bright.
Is that Ren and Stimpy?
That was Beavis.
This
and
reminds me of
Butthead.
an Andy Griffith episode that I think really applies right now. So she's rubbing them in the dirt. She's trying to pull them back on inside the sleeping bag. Voices rang out again, calling Carrie's name. Don and Danny grabbed their guns.
Carrie, where are you?
Watch out! They'll shoot! Yelled Carrie to warn her rescuers as she continued to scream. Don commanded Danny to shut her up.
Could you please be quiet? My father is being very serious right now. So if you would like our relationship to continue, please just keep it down.
Do like a woman does and shut up.
Danny moved to gag her, but he stumbled and his .22 rifle discharged accidentally into Carrie's chest, going through her lung and out her back.
Oh my God.
What?
That
What's
just
wrong?
happened to us right now. I was like, okay, they're going to rescue her. She accidentally got shot in the chest right now.
Yeah.
So she didn't make it.
Help me! I've been shot! She screamed.
Oh, didn't go through all of her lungs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Only one lung.
Yeah, just one. You got two.
Yeah. You don't need 2 lungs.
Wow.
What are you, an Olympic biathlete?
Are you two kidnappers?
Grabbing the attention of James Schwabel and
Ooh, Schwabel?
James Schwab.
They
and
own the tire
Al
company?
Goldstein,
They make the bike tires?
a former furniture salesman from Michigan.
Hello, I heard you calling. I've been looking for you. I'm part of the search party. My knees are killing me. Wait, what did he own in Michigan?
Do you have a place for me to sit down for a few minutes?
What did
He made furniture.
He was a furniture salesman from Michigan who'd moved to this
I'll
part of
beat
Montana.
anyone's price.
Oh, this mattress is free! Wow, it seems like giving away free mattresses wasn't a very good business plan. I bet I moved to Montana where the prices are lower.
Wow, you really took that improv to a whole nother level of we didn't need to go there. Go on with your story.
Goldstein circled around towards Carrie and aimed his pistol at Don.
I'm not very good with guns. Oh, the trigger pull is very, very heavy.
Put down your guns. You're surrounded by 200 men. Goldstein came in closer to Carrie to check her wounds. Everything is cool. Nobody's gonna get hurt. We just don't need no gunplay.
This is after you see that she's been shot in the head or shot in the chest?
That's when Don Nichols shot Al Goldstein in the head.
Why'd you do that? I just told you everything was good.
You're killing me, Donnie.
You're killing me, Donnie.
Literally.
The other searcher ran off to get more help. She's going to die. Danny's panic attack continued. No. I've seen lots of wounds. They're no big deal, said Don.
You got any of those tampons with you? We'll just shove one in the
You
hole.
call him a tampoon?
They're absorbent.
These are men that live in the forest. They don't know what it's called. He's like, you mean period blankets?
The mountain men vanished into the woods.
You mean vagina corks?
Vag corks?
Yeah.
Johnny France got the call describing 2 victims, possibly fatal. On the way to the crime scene, he made a detour, stopping at an oil survey company, getting them to donate their chopper for rescue. They arrived just in time to get to airlift Carrie to the hospital. Now, they lowered a cage down that they put her in to pull her out.
Johnny was like, I'm really good at arcades. I got a stuffed animal. I got some new headphones. I got the Dre Beats. I'm good. I got
Apparently,
just a claw comes down.
As they were lifting her out, the cage smacked into a tree.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
that always happens. That's part of the comedic part of being rescued.
Yeah.
Goldstein was not so lucky.
He did.
Yeah, he's super dead.
Oh, he died?
Yeah,
He did.
He got shot in the head.
He got shot in the head.
Sheriff France then addressed the media and gave them a description of the little-known mountain men, Don and Danny Nichols.
And these guys are gone.
Oh, they're
Long gone.
yeah.
So they're
Now-
still out there.
But he's familiar with them because so at one part of the thing is they're having this. He is the sheriff of his jurisdiction. This is in the middle of a mountain range where the other side is Big Sky, and that sheriff and they're talking, and Sheriff Johnny France goes, "Well, I kind of know about these 2 guys." Their father's son. It sounds a lot like them because his jurisdiction is where is the side of the mountains they normally hang out in.
And he everyone,
Yeah.
especially someone that's going to stick out like a sore thumb, like those 2 weirdos. We had a guy called the mayor of the canyon in Chino Hills. It's like everyone knew who he was because he was the
was
mayor.
so
We
weird.
just saw he was just a dude with a mullet and a white T-shirt or a wife beater, and there's you're just a fat weird white dude wandering, or you just know him.
And he had a
Everyone
great
knows.
tax plan.
Small.
So
That's right. It was called the Tall Boy Plan of
And I voted for him.
1993.
There's that.
as the news spread across the country,
You can
calls
pay
came
in tall
in.
boys.
As the news spread across the
And belt
country,
buckles.
calls came into the small town sheriff's office with sightings of the mountain men all the way from Alaska to Texas. But the men didn't have to go that far. Not only did Don and Danny know every nook and cranny of the Bear Trap Mountains, but they'd spent years making hideouts, stores, and
Oh, they had their
lean-tos.
own little fucking tunnel system.
They had their own underground railroad.
Everyone's freaking out. They're having sightings like Bigfoot. Someone turned in a brownie towels, paper towels thing. He's here.
Hey, this is Mike. I'm in Dallas. I'm pretty sure I see your guys.
He's really absorbent.
They keep
got a-
asking me for change.
He's got a red and black flannel, right? Checkered flannel.
They sit out in front of my Starbucks. It's actually really annoying. If you could come arrest them real quick. I don't even know if they're your murderers, but just they kind of fuck up my day.
They only match. They have beards. Okay, can you come get these bearded guys?
Seriously, I don't really care who takes care of it at this point. I'm just calling you because no one will do anything here. They traveled by night, something that only they could do safely.
Yeah.
But traveling at night also meant they occasionally missed their regular stashes of food and other supplies.
So they were hungry.
Sometimes they venture out of the woods to raid ranches for biscuit mix, berries, produce, and meat.
They love biscuits.
They really are into biscuits. What? A lot of country.
I hear mountain men are into biscuits.
Country people do like biscuits. You go anywhere with this country stuff,
It is. I mean, what's not to like?
turn around and eat you a big ass biscuit.
Give me
The rest
any
they
type
made
of
up
sop
for
and
by
bread.
foraging and hunting. No one could track them down.
Where are
The
they
task
baking
force-
biscuits? Does anybody else?
Candice, you can
They
bake
make a
biscuits in an
fire.
iron skillet. You bake
Yeah,
your
you
biscuits
make
right
a
there.
fire
You don't have to
on-
have.
oh, you're right
you don't
about
actually have
that.
to
You
have
just
an
heat up a
oven.
rock, put it on top of a rock. That's all you need. You use a rock as your skillet, a hot rock.
You really can. He's not joking.
I'm actually
I
not being
can see the
facetious here.
skillet, but I can't see it. I would see the like a flat rock you're talking
You
about.
make a
right?
flat rock, you heat it up in the
Okay.
fire,
It's
you
not-
pull it out.
You're not gonna photograph it for like a Pillsbury commercial, but
I
it's
will.
going to be a
It's not
tasty.
going to look good.
Bring
It's
me,
gonna be
bring me a
delicious.
flat rock and a
Skillet,
doughboy.
a skillet biscuit.
It's going to be tasty though. It's still a biscuit.
I believe
and if
it.
you cook it over open fire on an iron skillet, you're going to have some tasty biscuits.
I like my
No
I like my
one
cornbread like that.
Oh my god.
Could track them down.
I'm having a carb attack. Carb tart over here. I'm
Sarcasm.
having a carb attack.
The task force grew
Help.
bigger and bigger. SWAT, National Guard, and the U.S. Marshals Special Operations Group. But none of these men knew the dense forests of these mountains, and they mostly only succeeded in getting lost themselves. They actually had to send people out to find people.
Find
who were out
other searchers.
Yeah, exactly. They tried night vision, bloodhounds, and local self-proclaimed. They tried night vision, bloodhounds, and local self-proclaimed trackers. They brought in special planes outfitted with infrared technology,
They couldn't even find them with infrared.
but to no avail.
Oh, man, the predator wouldn't even be able to find them, huh? Call back.
Eventually, they even hired psychics, who also came up short.
I see. They didn't have a big budget though. They just had magic 8 balls. All right, gentlemen, unwrap the magic 8 balls that are in front of you on the desks.
Results unclear. Damn, again?
Well, Chief, I guess we're done for the day.
All the manpower and technology in the world couldn't make up for the fact that these were their woods.
Woods.
That's right.
By the winter, the task force lost steam. It had been nearly 6 months since the men disappeared into the wilderness.
6 months.
If they couldn't find them in the summer and fall, no one was going to track them down in the harsh Montana winters.
How creepy just to know that they're out there, especially if you live in a cabin. You're like, what day are they going to show up at my cabin? When
Oh,
there's-
people did report break-ins and would find stuff
That
with
would
them
creep
all
me
the
out.
Biscuit
time.
mix is missing.
And they don't seem like they're extremely.
They didn't take nothing.
They're not extremely evil, right? They're just weird, fucked up.
They're just
like,
weirdos.
morally fucking.
Yeah, one guy on a
Insane.
trail ride, one trail guide saw them as he was taking people out and was kind of like, "Hey guys," and they're like, "Hey," and he just pretended he didn't know them and then reported them later.
Yeah, that's what I would do. I'd be like, "Hey, what's up, you guys? You download the new Fortnite?
Hey,
Let's get the fuck out of here."
REI's cool, isn't it?
You guys get some good dividends back on your REI purchases? Nice Patagonia sweatshirt. Oh my god, that's the fucking dudes.
By winter,
Bye, winter. Hey, spring.
But what they didn't know was that Don and Dan were finally beginning to struggle. They were used to the mountains, but even they usually came in from the snow. By now, the big game had moved on. There was no more elk and deer, just rats and birds. Foraging was a no-go.
Oh, they're like Emil Hirsch's
You can't be
character.
picky.
They're like Emil Hirsch's
When you're in the
character.
woods.
Yeah, and that's that school bus.
The men
Yeah.
were forced to take more and more risks, coming closer and closer to civilization.
Before you know it, all right, let's just go to Walmart. We'll get a couple things.
It was a cold, wet December 13th, 1984, when Johnny France got a call. His foster brother-in-law, owner of the Cold Spring Ranch, spotted smoke near his property and decided to investigate. Expecting to find Christmas tree hunters or poachers, he found something else. As he searched with binoculars,
People
he
watchers.
noticed
People watchers.
a dirty, soot-covered man looking back through his own pear,
Santa?
right back at him.
It was Santa Claus again.
Is that the Bigfoot picture?
Look,
Of
it's
all
not
this time?
It's not even Christmas yet. I've still got like 12 days. Leave me alone. I'm just out here trying to relax a little bit.
Hey, you ever go down a clean chimney? Fucking loser.
He would be covered in soot.
That would actually make sense.
Yeah. You sure you want to have the white cuffs on the end of your jacket? Because this is a very dirty job.
So the rancher notices
not
this
very
dirty,
practical.
soot-covered man looking right back, like binocular to binocular, making binocular contact.
It was really Al Jolson.
Yeah.
The rancher jumped in his car and rushed to call the sheriff. Johnny relayed the information to his team, but there was no time to wait for SWAT and task forces.
Ooh, it's like a movie. It's like Silence of the Lambs. I can't wait. I got to do this now. Clock is ticking.
By the time they arrived, the men could be long gone.
Long dong.
Long dong.
Their dicks got longer in 45 minutes? My God.
So Johnny France, the
I need some
man
of those
who strapped
supplements.
his
Find me a
foot back
mountain
in the
man.
That's
rodeo.
right. I got to start getting wild game eating on. Well, that's what's happening.
Yo, elk dick.
That's right.
Shefsky. Over
Elk
there.
Dick Shefsky. I wish that was my nickname. I wish that was my nickname. Instead of just regular American meat and potatoes penis John. Elk Dick Shefsky sounds way cooler.
So Johnny France, the man who strapped his foot back into rodeo boots and hung out the window of an airplane, turned off his police radio. He would go it alone.
So that he doesn't call any attention, so there's no...
Sound.
Yeah, so he got there and he was supposed to wait. Like, there's 20 members of people starting to
Yeah.
collapse on this thing, and he's like, Nah, can't wait for this.
Yeah.
Click. Let's go.
Badass. This guy is a cowboy hat wearing fucking sheriff.
Yeah.
He donned his flak jacket and white camouflage parka, mounted his snowmobile, and headed for the ranch. It wasn't long before he found the tracks and followed them to a small encampment. There he found father and son occupied cooking venison steaks on a small fire.
Oh, dude, I would have been like, I'm going to arrest you, but the charges won't be as bad if you cut me up a slice of that.
Slice meat.
Extra rare, please. Just sear it on the outside.
Seen any coyotes lately? Asked Sherriff Johnny France before pulling out a .45 and pointing it at Danny.
Oh my God, just like in the movies, he had a clever thing to say. Instead of just like sneaking up and like knocking him out, he was like, he wanted to have words with him.
Oh yeah, no, this guy's bad,
classic.
He's legit.
badass.
This guy reminds me of like Team America when they're like, you know, there are dicks, pussies, and assholes. And it's like we all hate the dicks because they fuck pussies, but dicks also fuck assholes.
They do.
Remember? Words to live by from Team America?
Don't do
I don't remember
anything
that, but yes.
stupid. Give your boy a chance to do something with his life. What guarantees we have you won't kill us? Asked Danny. I don't want to kill you unless you make me. When Don asked how many more guys he had, Sheriff France said, there's 200. There's 2 more. Then he continued. I promise food, warm shelter, and water. That's when Don dropped his gun and said, I don't
We
give a
don't
damn
want any
about
of that shit.
Yeah, he said, I don't give a damn about
Yeah,
that.
it's against my religion of dating women that you kidnap and living off the land.
And just like that, Sheriff Johnny France marched them off into the snow at gunpoint.
Oh, they followed him. They didn't try to run.
In May of 1985, Danny Nichols was found guilty of kidnapping and assault. He later testified at his father's trial. Don was found guilty of murder and kidnapping. Danny was given 20 years and 6 months. Don Nichols was sentenced to 85 years.
Oh, fuck.
Johnny France was an instant celebrity. He was suddenly inundated with calls from news outlets, talk shows, and film producers. A friend told him to get an agent and go hunting, letting the pros deal with his newfound fame. He did just that. They hired a ghostwriter and got him a $100,000 advance on a book.
Oh.
He did interviews.
Is that what you read for the story?
I read the book years ago.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a good
Because
book.
you already know and you're just excited.
I've been wanting to do this one for a while.
And him and your dad both have cowboy hats.
But they do. They actually do. He did interviews and public events, even meeting President Ronald Reagan in Washington. In fact, Nancy Reagan ended up making him the law enforcement face of the Just Say No campaign for a while.
Hilarious.
Oh, that's hilarious, yeah.
But the Madison Valley is a part of the country with no need or tolerance for celebrity. It wasn't long before people accused him of grandstanding. Another sheriff on the task force called him reckless. Even Carrie's mother publicly criticized how he handled the case.
All right, but I fucking got the bad guys. Could you just let me go out and have a fucking slice and a drink, you know?
Less than 2 years after bringing the Nichols men to justice, he was voted out of office.
Oh, wow.
All right, yeah, thanks for your help, Sheriff.
Haters.
Now get the fuck on. We'll take someone else that doesn't have a record like this. Actually, they might. I know nothing about
Despite
this.
her injury, Carrie Swenson recovered from her wounds and continued to compete in the biathlon until 1986.
Fuck yeah. Even, man, that's an Olympian right there. You've been shot through the lung, yet you still fucking
Shot
get
through
back.
the lungs!
And these two scary dudes
Sorry.
in the forest are to blame. But I'm back, competing in the Olympics again.
Again. I like that.
Again.
Despite her, so in 1987, she served as a technical advisor in the made-for-TV movie The Abduction of Carrie Swenson.
Now
The
she's
film-
on the board of directors for all of the dating apps from Silicon Valley.
The
She
film
knows a thing or
starred
two.
the film starred character actor M. Emmett Walsh as Don Nichols. He might remember as shooting at Steve Martin and hating tin cans in The Jerk. The part of Danny was played by Michael Bowen, better known as Kill Bill's Buck.
Oh, ficht.
She now works as a veterinarian. In prison, Don penned 2 manuscripts. Literally. The first, an autobiography written in tight cursive, comes in a whopping 20 pages with hand-drawn pen and ink illustrations.
20 pages.
I was in the forest and, I got a couple splinters and I ate a lot of meat. And then, I got arrested.
The second consists of philosophical
At the
essays, correspondence with family and friends, a copy of his rejected appeal to the U.S. Supreme Court, and the opening and closing arguments he wrote in preparation for the new trial, which never happened.
Supreme Court, I'm more of an extreme matchmaker, if you will. I don't deserve to be in here.
Extreme matchmaking.
Extreme matchmakers.
You guys didn't see the cameras?
That
I
is
had 'em-
awesome.
I mean, they were very well hit.
That's a great reality show. Extreme matchmakers.
Yes.
Every show starts with a kidnapping.
I would watch
Danny was paroled in 1991.
Danny was paroled. Oh, he's out right now.
He's free.
What's he fucking
5
doing?
years later, he
Oh,
got
no.
married in a ceremony that fit his new religion as a pagan fundamentalist.
Okay, this guy is. What's he doing now? And let's stay the fuck away from
In
him.
2011, Danny was arrested for possession of marijuana and heroin with intent to distribute. Shockingly, He failed to show up for a pretrial hearing. Months later, officers caught him in a Walmart parking lot.
Well, I was close
was
with the Walmart.
Walmart,
Yeah.
yeah.
He's a real Walmarter.
He was given 4 years plus probation.
That's
In
it?
August of 2017, Don Nichols was also paroled.
What the W?
Wait, what year?
2017.
2017, just the other
Oh,
day.
just
like last year.
He must wear a GPS monitor and is prohibited from going anywhere near his old mountains.
What about these
That's
new
his
mountains?
punishment?
Can I just go to
God,
these mountains?
We are. Yeah, I was gonna say. So you're gonna let him start terrorizing a different neighborhood?
He's just gonna find other mountains.
Where do we
He
get
is
these
currently
fucking
trying to
rules?
sell his manuscript.
in the mountains?
No, is he in Hollywood right now? Is he in your house? Is he in your backyard living right now? You're like,
That's
and
a
I-
story.
How terrifying if you
I
just
currently-
walked up behind us
Slaton's,
right
Slaton's
now.
like, I let him live here, so because Wikipedia didn't have a lot on the story, he's told me a lot. He just goes, "You got any more coffee cans? I need to take a poop."
So that's the story of Dan and Don Nichols.
Fucking
And that
great
belt
and
buckle
weird.
really never came back.
Nah, it was
That was what
just,
Candice
it was just flavor.
was looking at the whole
It was just
story.
flavor.
This belt buckle is
Now,
significant.
It's better.
I've met Sherriff France. I've met Johnny France because he lives. My parents live half an hour away.
You have
from
a picture with him?
Probably somewhere.
You got to get a
What-
picture
My
with
my
him.
was he
parents
like?
live-
And that belt buckle.
He's a badass old sheriff from Montana.
Was he cool?
Yeah,
Did he
he's
call
su-
you a hippie fag?
Asked to see his ankle. Did he shave your head?
Of course, he shaved my head. Why do you think my hair's taken? It's only why is it this short? No, yeah, I've met him. Like he lives in the town of Ennis. My parents live about half an hour to 45 minutes away from Ennis. It's like the closest town you go to for groceries. Where
Yeah.
my parents live.
Are there people like this dad and son out there right now though that just haven't gotten caught for their crimes? Like this is, can we
I
lock
don't
the
know.
sliding glass door
I
behind
mean,
me?
there's a bunch of wonderful people in Montana and in the
course.
Madison Valley, and there's definitely some weirdos
Oh, of
who
course.
are living super far away from people on purpose.
Anytime you go somewhere that is far and you're out in the middle of nowhere, you're going to have cool people that are developed human beings that just want some space.
Just want- right.
And you're going to have, even if it's a small percentage, you're going to have psychos that are running from the law
Yeah.
or have never been involved in the law but are crazy, scary people that don't know how to interact with other humans and don't have like social
Yeah.
like empathy and all that kind of stuff. Everywhere. My friend is up in Alaska right now and he deals with some wonderful people and some people that are like,
And some-
oh, they're insane. They went up there to get away from like the simple rules that we all simply follow in
Right,
a
as
civilized
society.
society. But for them, they're like, I can only camp.
I went to, where was I? I was in Montana last year.
Bozeman.
I-
Are you
no,
you're
I
in
wasn't.
Billings?
No.
Really?
It was...
Let Candice finish.
Where else would
I
you
can't
have been?
remember. I was there doing a show, and it was in this small town. I was opening for Caroline Ray.
Missoula.
No.
Helena.
Great.
Great Falls? No,
Yes. I was in Great Falls. I think that's what it was called. Great Falls, Montana. Yes,
possible.
that is where I was.
Oh, dope.
And I remember everyone like, you got to go to Bozeman, and I was just like, okay, but it was terrible. Like the town, like there was nothing there.
See, I like that kind
Oh,
of
they're a
stuff.
town like that. So Harrison High School, my grandfather lived 15 minutes from there in a town called Pony that has a population of like 120
Pony?
people. Pony, Montana.
Pony, Montana.
Yeah, I spent summers there as a kid in Pony. There's 126
Sorry.
people.
This is just
So what don't you like about the small towns besides the scariness of there always being
and
some
your
sort of-
your liberal California elitism.
No, seriously.
You coastal
no,
liberal.
you know,
I'm not
for
saying
people
it
like
in a-
me who don't eat meat.
Yeah.
It was
that's
very
kinda brutal.
hard to find
Okay, yeah.
places for me to eat while I
Start
was there.
foraging like a good mountain woman.
Boil up your
Next time, I'll bring my own berries.
Boil up
Today's
your tubers and quit being
sources include
such a
Incident
diva.
at Big Sky, the true story of Sheriff Johnny France and the Mountain Men, written by Johnny France. That's the one with the ghostwriter. The Ballad of Johnny France by Richard Ben Kramer for Esquire. Fast Skier Magazine, the Associated Press, the Bozeman Daily Chronicle, the University of Montana, the LA Times, People Magazine, the New York Times, and of course,
The
Evil
Evil
Robots
Robots
at
at
Wikipedia.
Wikipedia.
And a special thanks to our friend Al Balmani, who helped with the writing and research for this episode.
Al's great.
You can follow him on socials at Al Balmani, Bahmani.
He's a real Crime Tribe member
hey,
right
look, if you're
there.
interested in contributing to the show in some way, go ahead and send us an email. Email us crimepodcast@gmail.com for story ideas, questions, dick pics, labels for Shefsky. And if you want to contribute to the show, you can
Licking my
email us about
lips.
that too. You can jump. You could be a part of crime.
Guys,
And
forward
we'll
this to
mention your
friends.
name on the thing with stuff. Oh yeah, share this right now. Hit the share button. Share this episode or a different episode. But this one's a good one.
Thank
share
you
it with
guys.
somebody.
We got more 5-star reviews. Thank you guys so
Hell
much.
to the yeah, bro.
You guys are outstanding. Seriously.
You guys are making everything so damn cool.
We got some new Patreoners too. Thank you guys.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
More stickers coming out.
Do it, guys.
And special thanks again, of course, to Candice
Guys,
Thompson.
You're so much fun.
Thanks, guys.
You can find her on all the socials at
Jokes by Candice. And listen to my podcast, The Struggle, which both of you guys will be on.
Yeah.
We'll be talking about some
We'll be
struggles.
recording
bro.
in September,
Struggle
whenever this is going to
coming
come
up.
Bye, robot.
Love you guys. Don't commit any crimes.
Commit
Guys.
some
Be
crimes
good.
so
Be
I can have
good.
stories.
Be good.